Hi guys, my name is Natasia or Nay, and welcome back to my channel as Nay. Now for this video, it's going to be about 10 whole truths about high school. And I think this video is super relatable because it targets a whole lot of age ranges from like age 13 and up. And that's pretty cool because like this video is especially dedicated to people that are entering high school, people already enrolled in high school, people that have left high school. So I think that's pretty cool because like you guys can tune into this and actually understand what I'm saying, or like get a gist of what high school is, or like get a gist of what you think the high school is. So I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, so the first one on this list of 10 truths is people, do not, I repeat, do not think that high school is like High School Musical. Come on, guys. You guys are better than that. When you walk through the doors of high school, you are not going to see people dancing and singing, or somebody doing a 360 on top of the lunch table, or somebody doing a backflip off of your back. Like, that's not going to happen. Guys, you guys are better than that. Come on. But unfortunately, I was one of the crazy people in high school that thought as soon as I opened the doors that I was going to enter a whole Broadway routine, that I was going to start singing and dancing out of nowhere. And when it didn't happen, I wanted to cry. But it's a live and learn process, people. It's a live and learn process. And for number 2 on this list. Now, memorizing your schedule as a freshman is going to be like the most difficult thing ever, because mind you, you're new to the school and you don't really know where all these classrooms are, and you're new, you don't know like where these places are, and it's going to be very hard to navigate around the whole school. Now guys, please do not get discouraged if you are embarrassed, if you end up in somebody else's classroom, or if you end up in the hallway, if you're not able to find your classes on the first school. It's okay, it happens to the best of us. Don't lose hope and don't get discouraged, because at the end of the day, you're new to the school. And if you just ask somebody, if you just speak up, you're bound to have somebody help you and help you find your classes. It takes time to be able to do that. It happens to the best of us. It happened to me. It took me like 2 months to basically memorize my whole schedule, because I didn't know, and like especially if you're in a big school, it takes time. So once again, don't get discouraged. Be patient and you will have your schedule memorized in 1 week if you actually study it down to the bone. So that's it for this one. On to number 3. Now, I think everybody really goes through this in high school. I don't think like not anybody has gone through this whatsoever, but everybody goes through phases. Like whichever you guys are thinking about, like I mean like the emo stages, like the jock stages, the peppy stages, or whatever stage you want to talk about. Like everybody like starts off as somebody like I don't like weird in high school, and then like at like the end of the year, like they glow up. Like when I mean Anthony, I mean like senior, like at the last year of high school, they glow up, man. Like it happens to the best of us. Now guys, do not feel insecure or upset because like you're not skinnier, like you're not skinny, or like you're overweight, or like you're just, or like you have acne prone skin, or that you're just not pretty as somebody else in school, because you guys will have your time to shine. Like it happens to people. And like if you're patient, if you're patient, if you just take your time doing things, then you will glow up and you will become different. High school changes people. Like just because it happened to you, just because it hasn't happened to you yet, doesn't mean it won't happen. If you just keep doing what you're doing in high school, staying on the right road, then good things will happen to you. Things take time, and good things come to those who wait. So if you guys just stick it out and keep doing what you're doing, then good things will happen to you, and I'm sure you will get out of that stage you're in, and you will definitely reach a glow up, and you will get to be able to be the person that you want to be. And on to number 4. Now, I guess I gotta be a little bit serious with this one, but yeah, guys, I don't know if this is happening to you guys yet, if it already has happened, but if you guys don't know, or especially to the freshmen coming into high school, like, let me just say this to y'all, like, to y'all actually, or like anybody who's actually going through this, or who hasn't even gone through this yet. But the same group of friends that you started out with high school, I'm sorry to say, you guys, but you guys will not stay with that same group throughout all 4 years of high school. I mean, like, if that actually does happen to y'all, then kudos to y'all, because y'all reached some type of bond that wasn't unbreakable. But for some people in high school, like, they do not stay with the same group forever. Like, things change, people don't meet the same eye contact that they usually was on with the person from the year before. That person might meet new people, might join like a different clique, a different group, and might disattach yourself from their other group of friends that they used to be really cool with. Some people turn fake. Some people just start doing things that just can annoy you, that you don't want to be bothered with them anymore. Like, it's a different range of things that happen in high school that just will make you just like cut off somebody completely. And that happens. And if that happens to you guys, like, if that person doesn't want to be in your life, then don't force them to be in your life. If people want to leave your life, hold the door open for them and just be like, okay, you can leave, and let them leave. Don't fight for anybody to be in your life if they do not want to be there. If people don't want to be there, then just cut them off and let them go, because people come in your life, it's either a blessing or a lesson, and you learn either two things from that person. If they stayed, that's a blessing, but if they left, then that's a lesson. You get experience from these things as time goes on. So if that hasn't happened to you yet, then I'm sorry to say, but it will. But you guys have to keep an eye on who you hang out with. Be careful who you hang out with, because it's a lot of people out here that don't have the best interest for you, and you have to watch out for those people. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. Please keep that in mind. Yeah, for number 5 on this list, junior year or 11th grade in high school, it's going to kill you, because that's the year where you have to be on top of your game. That's the year when college is starting to really look at you, to really check you out to see if you're worthy to be in their schools. That's the year you have to take SATs. Like, you may have a lot of regents or tests to take to be able to pass to go to the next grade or whatever like that. But it's a lot of stuff, and like, you guys cannot fall behind in anything. Like, any classes, you have to be on top of your stuff. You cannot fall behind in any classes, because that will affect you for the year to come, for like prom and graduation leading into that. And you guys do not want that. So you have to be on top of everything, to be able to just make sure that you're just good, and make sure that you're just Gucci, and that you have everything that you need to do. And that's very important. You cannot let yourself fall behind anybody. You have to be on top of everything. I'm not saying you have to be like the smartest, but you just have to make sure that you're getting good grades in your classes. It doesn't have to be like an A, straight A's. You can just get like B's and C's or whatever, but don't let yourself fall behind with like you're failing classes. That's a big no-no, guys. Do not let that happen to you. Do not let that happen. You got it? Y'all got it? Don't let it happen now. Don't let me find out. Don't let it happen. But yeah, for number 6, leading into prom and graduation, actually, for senior year, those two things, they're going to like stress you out. That's like the pre-stress of college, actually. Like, in senior year, like, make sure you're on top of everything, so that when prom and graduation come back, you can just focus on those two things. But those two things, they're like the stress levels, like 25% stress of what you're actually going to go through in college. So just be wary of those two events. Make sure you plan everything in advance. Make sure you have the money for those things in advance, because when those things come, you do not want to be late on top of payments, trying to get your dress, trying to get your diploma, trying to pay your diploma funds to be able to graduate. Make sure you have a plan, like a couple of years back or even a year back. Start saving up so that you could be able to just pay those things in advance, so that you could just have a smooth and calm senior year. Because nobody wants to have to worry about money all the time, and worry about having like financial troubles when you're just trying to have fun for your last year of high school. Who wants that? Nobody wants that. So just make sure you plan ahead, guys, because that's very important. But yeah, number 7. And this one is very, very, very important, guys. Do not let toxic people come into your life and discourage you from from keeping yourself on the right road. Do not let people that don't care about school whatsoever, that just want to smoke weed, you know, no. But before I anger weed, people that smoke weed on my channel. But do not let people who just come to school like the people who worry about the wrong things in high school, do not associate with those type of people, because those people will drag you down to the ground. They are toxic, they are not good for you, and they will have a very bad impact on you. Do not let them whisper these little nothings in your ear and have them discourage you from being on the right road, because at the end of the day, you guys work too hard to come that far to just mess up at the at some of the final stages of high school. Like, do not let that happen to you guys, because y'all are too smart and too good for that. Do not let people that party all day, drink all day, that just don't care about whatever they have to do, that just disrespect teachers, start fights for no reason. Do not let those type of people come into your life, because they will have you live the type of life that you're living and make you their followers, when you should be a leader and lead yourself and become independent, stable, and successful to be able to get to the top. You guys want to get to the top. You guys don't want to ever settle for less and be mediocre, because mediocrity is not what you guys should ever want to inspire and actually achieve life. You guys want to inspire more and be more. You guys want to be people who actually have a voice. Don't let anybody ever take your voice and take for what you stand by and take your morals away, because you guys do better than that. And for number 8 of the truths, people, I have seen this all my school years, and it never ceases to amaze me, because this thing happens all the time. Now, you guys may be doing this, but let me stop you right there. Let me stop you. Do not mess around from September to May, and then with only 2 weeks left, of school, want to try to bust down as much work as you can and try to break your back to just do all the parts that you should have been done from the get-go. Guys, do not do this, because this is one of the most hazardous things to ever do in the whole school year. Do not try to joke around, be the class clown, hang out with your friends, skip school, cut class, and then at with only 2 weeks of school left, want to try to come to school and try to suck up to the teachers and think that they're going to give you work to make up and to do all this type of stuff. You should have bended that from the months behind time. Now, I can see if you guys, did everything that you had to do from the whole school year, from September to May, and when June came, you was I don't care about this no more. I'm already finished school. I'm done. That is actually, I ain't even gonna get mad at y'all, because I did the same thing too. Hard work pays off. It really does. And when you guys if you guys if y'all want to do that, then that's totally okay, because with only 2 weeks left of school, then what's the worst that they could possibly do to you? You're done. You're there. That's it. You're about to just go on summer vacation and just have a good time. Put up your 2 deuces and be peace out, and that's totally okay. But just don't mess around and just let other people influence you, telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and falling for their plots or their little spouts of foolishness, and actually take in what they're saying, and just don't do what you have to do, because that's actually very negative, and that's not going to get you far in life if you guys want to do something. Because at the end of the day, if you guys really want to go somewhere, and if you want to be somebody, then you better wake up and pay attention. Don't let the people speak for you. You have to speak for yourself. Speak your mind and say what you want to say, and be your own influence. Be who you want to be. Don't try to live your life in other people's shoes, because that's just going to end up being very toxic on your body, both physically, mentally, and even emotionally. So just don't do that, because that's actually not a good thing to do for you guys. So just don't do it. And for number 9, we're almost done with this list. So excited. But yeah, this is pretty obvious as to what I'm gonna say, but obviously high school is gonna stress you out. That's pretty self-explanatory. So like, I ain't even gonna say no more for that. You guys have been listening to me for all the time, so of course you're gonna get stressed. Of course, you're gonna lose sleep. You're gonna lose days to eat. You're gonna get bags under your eyes. Like, you're just gonna wanna just shut up your project, talking about I don't do this no more. But you're gonna have to pick up your papers anyway and do the project, because you know that's like half your grade. That's not the point. That's not the point. Like, you're gonna get stressed. You might cry. You might scream. You might shout. But you gotta get the work done anyway if you wanna be successful in life. So just know that. Just know that I told you first that you will be stressed. And now, yeah, that's you just gonna be stressed. You just gonna be stressed, man. You just gonna be stressed. And for the final truth, number 10. Now I guess I've been, joking this whole video and, laughing with you guys, helping you guys like tune in more and like get a good vibe from me, and I give a good vibe to you guys. But just to, get a little, actually, the truth and give you guys like what you guys need to hear, since like the school system obviously isn't going to tell you, since the school system isn't obviously going to tell it to you. But high school can teach you the Pythagorean theorem, how to find x and y, how to find the perimeter of a trapezoid, and how to interpret Shakespeare, all that good stuff. But high school doesn't teach you like enough elements to actually how to actually survive out in the real world. High school doesn't show you things like, what if you want to knit, what if you want to sew, what if you want to learn how to do taxes. High school doesn't teach you that. High school doesn't teach you how to come to terms with who you are, how to love yourself, how to help your other friends, and how to help people, like how to help people maintain on the right road. Like, no wonder why in the school system, like most of today's students are just depressed, anxiety filled, contemplate on suicide, actually go through with suicide. And no wonder why, like, as so many students walk across the final stage for graduation, that they just look so lost, so empty, like that they don't even want to actually go through with it, because they don't understand how to survive in the real world, how to go about life, because they were just so dependent and so secure where they are. Like, they were just enclosed in this huge bubble. They would just always, instead of talking with their problems, that they would just that a book was just shoved into their face, and they were just told to just get over it real quick. High school doesn't teach students how to be normal human beings. Like, they treat us like dirt. They treat us like we're just little robots with no emotion. Like, they just treat us really bad, you guys, and that's pretty sad. Like, high school, it's a stepping stone, yeah, but like, it's a really bad stepping stone. Like, high school, people go through a lot of things, and it's left unsaid because the school system really doesn't care if it's not about profits or good grades. And it's like, then what really is it? School is just about making good grades. School isn't about anything anymore, and that's pretty sad, because a lot of kids really need help. A lot of kids really need guidance, and they're not getting it. Instead, they're just getting books shoved into their face. They're just getting test prep and just a whole lot of discipline, instead of getting what they really need and what they really deserve. Someone to listen to them, and someone to give them good advice, and someone just to help them drop the course and just show them how to be a good human being, a decent human being at that, how to be independent, how to be smart and intelligent and make good decisions. And they don't get that. Instead, they just get crap. And no wonder why so many people just leave high school screwed up in the head. Just bad human beings going out in the world just committing bad acts because they didn't have anybody to teach them right from wrong. But yeah, think about it. But I got myself caught up in that little good speech, for a second. But okay, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys were able to take from what I said and, you know, get a good grip of how high school really is, on like just basically get some good advice from this. I hope I really helped you guys in a big way to understand what high school really is, or what you probably will learn about high school, or what you haven't learned, or if you do know some stuff, then I was able to really expand on it and give you guys like a bigger interpretation of what I've personally gone through, or what I've personally, you know, just understood and all that good stuff. But basically, I want you guys to just be the best that you can be, and, you know, go beyond the possibilities. Like, don't let anybody come in your ear and whisper these nothings, and these, don't let anybody just discourage you from doing what you want to do and being who you want to be, because you guys are somebody. You guys are people who deserve to be here. You guys are not dirt, trash, or anything like that. You guys are people with feelings who deserve to be in the world. You guys need to make, like, you guys are just wonderful. And if anybody hasn't told you that before, then I'm telling you that you guys are really wonderful, and you guys are going to just flourish and be the person who you actually want to be someday. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And you guys, don't forget to comment down below what you want me to talk about in my next video. And I hope you guys really like this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.